Almost every property agent in Singapore tells you the same thing. Sell your HDB, upgrade to a condo, and move up the ladder. But what if the ladder doesn't lead you to more wealth, but more debt and difficulties? Welcome back to HDB Guy. Today we are going to talk about one of the most popular and misunderstood topics in Singapore's property market, asset progression. We are going to talk about it, why is it being talked about so much, who is it for, and is it just empty promises and marketing? I feel that every agent is selling the asset progression because it is a marketing message, and I think it's from company trading, whereby the company changes the agents to sell all these. That is why every agent is selling the clients asset progression, because the core of it is just to ask you to upgrade your current property, to upgrade from your current property to a bigger one, to plan for your retirement. Asset progression is an idea to upgrade because it is in line with human psychology, because every human being, we want to be better than yesterday, we want to achieve more things, we want to own more things. So yes, asset progression is important because it grows your wealth and prepare you for your retirement planning. So to begin with, we have to look at the numbers first. Because when we talk about property, it has to go down to the numbers, because the numbers have to first make sense. You can't ask an owner to upgrade if the numbers don't make sense, or it will put the owner in a very dangerous spot. Meaning to say, the owner can buy, however, after buying the property, the owner wouldn't have enough savings to cover 18 months of monthly mortgages. You are not really helping or really representing the owner right. Singapore property investment, is just one form of a vehicle. I've met clients, they also told me that there are other forms of investment such as stocks, bitcoins, putting money into their own business to grow their business from there. For property investments, the only difference, I feel that it is more of a safe and slow and steady. Because you must understand, for Singapore's property market, in the long run, it will definitely go up because of inflation, higher cost of raw materials in construction and all. Whereas if you are more of a risk taker, you will want to put your money whereby it can give you 10x or even more. Probably you will choose stocks, bitcoins, or even putting money back to your business. If the agent can claim that can make you 2 to 300,000 and it doesn't make you 2 to 300,000 and you can sue the agent, no agent will dare to say this kind of statement. Of course, when the agent share with you the potential to make 2 to 300,000, it is, all honesty, is a question mark thing, because nobody can tell the future. And if an agent tell you that confirm guaranteed chop can make 2 to 300,000, you just ask the agent, how about yourself? Did you buy this property for yourself? I mean, you are telling me it's so good, 2 to 300,000, are you buying it for yourself? And then you can see how the agent responds to you. When we look at Singapore's property market, in the history, it has always been one of the safe havens. Even the rich in the world, they want to come to Singapore to put money in Singapore's property market. Why? Because number one, we have a very stable government. And number two, we have a very limited amount of land. So putting it together, it is very natural that property prices is just going to go up. So when people want to put their money to property market, because it is a very tangible asset, you are able to see it, you are able to touch it, you are able to stay in it. And even if you do not want to stay in it, you are able to rent it out for rental income. And also, from a culture point of view, being Asian, you know that they are still very traditional and they prefer to own physical form of a property to have a roof over your head. So the thing about Singapore property market is that you're able to leverage. So when you're able to leverage 75% of the purchase price, you are actually putting money to a very safe asset. At the same time, you're able to leverage. Whereas compared to stocks market, for stocks that cost $1,000, you have to come up $1,000 out of your own pocket. Unless you talk about leveraging on the stocks, which is another form of thing. Investment in property is very safe, able to down payment, and you're able to leverage 75% of it. And even if you want to sell it in future, it is just your selling price minus off the outstanding loan. So it makes it very attractive. It takes two hands to clap. The agent will share certain products, which product will make you money or which products cannot make money. So that is a form of advice. It depends on the homeowners whether they have that risk appetite to do so or not. Not all homeowners benefited from property investments, because we also know and hear stories about homeowners losing huge amount of money because they over leverage, resulted them to a bank sale. They'll be financially stressed. Not everyone is ready for asset progression. It really depends on your needs, your wants, and also your financial position. We have to go through the numbers, your down payment, cash, CPF, how much loan do you have, and how much buffer form of savings that in the event that either one party's husband or wife is not working, are you able to still sustain the monthly mortgage? 12 months, 18 months, 24 months? Of course, the longer the better. If you are thinking of upgrading and whether it makes sense for you, watch my free training video on HDB upgrading. I've covered the numbers you need to have and how to sell your HDB at the highest possible price. It really depends on what is the purchase price of the property. So let's say you are talking about 2 million property, 75% loan is 1/million loan. The mortgage probably is in the 4,000 or 5,000. You must have that amount to cover for your monthly mortgage. So yeah, minimally you will need to have about 100/1000. If you are a very risk taker, okay, Toby, I just need a 3 months, no problem. It's your choice. That's why I say, when you meet an agent, we give you the advice, but ultimately it is the owner that make the choice. Honestly, it depends on which stage of your life you are in. For example, you are a first timer. As a first timer, it's just you and your wife. Even if you all in, I feel it's fine because it's only just the both of you. And what's the worst that could happen? Maybe you just ask from your parents. It means just the both of you. There's no children responsibilities and all this. But whereas we talk about you have children, you cannot just all in already because there will be consequences, right? There will be responsibilities. You have to think about your children, a place to stay. For your family, you cannot just go back to your parents' place already. So there's a lot more things to think about. Number one, marketing progression, or however you want to coin it to be, it is just a marketing message. So for a homeowner, you must be able to cut through all the noises, make very clear decision and a sound one. So what do I mean by that is that, do you even have the need or wants to upgrade your property? And do you believe that property, it is a form of investment to grow your wealth and even to plan for your retirement? And then of course, we have to be financially ready, right? Even after the down payment, because there will be people that don't believe in property investment, right? There will be people that believe in stocks, bitcoins, putting money in your own investment. They have their own insurance, all this for their retirement. So it really depends on what is your perspective in all of it. Numbers financially is the most important, because if the person is not financially ready, how can he or she purchase a property? If you found this video helpful, remember to subscribe. I will post everything you need to know about HDB.